Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the final episode of KARE-ing Conversations. I am your host, Rachel Hill, here at Foresight, joined with the incredible, amazing, I could go on and on and on about my co-host. Do that spin for the audience. Work it. Jordan Evans from KARE. Jordan, we're here. We're doing it.
I'm not crying.
You're crying.
It's just all the smoke in the Northeast that's like getting to my eyes. And so if you see me crying, it's not me crying. It's just, it's hazy out.
Oh my goodness. Jordan, what a journey. I hope we still know how to do this for our very last episode. Man, we're here though. We're live. I'm so excited. This has been quite a journey. Thank you everyone who's been tuning in, people who've stopped me to say that they're listening. Thank you to the KARE team for their support and letting me help you guys tell these stories about your wonderful KARE heroes and all the work you're doing. And Jordan, I have a little surprise for you, a compilation, let's say, of our journey. So Jada, you want to run that? This is for Jordan. A little surprise of our time together. A lot of people don't know. A lot of work goes into this show, believe it or not.
Hello, I'm Ted Lasso from KARE. So what happened last night is Jordan called me and he said he's going on PTO and he said he couldn't be here. So he called in a favor. We had met in an airport a long time ago. And so he called me and he said, Ted Lasso, I need you to come on and talk about KARE. And I know you're a big fan of KARE. So I said, all right, I'm coming in. So here I am coming in hot.
Create a
Rachel just fell.
Yeah, I think you lost it. Are we good? Nothing's broken? Okay.
Just turning my light up. I'm back.
This is live. If anyone ever thought this wasn't live, here we go.
It's live.
I'm going to invite us just to restart this whole thing over.
Old here in Denver, and we are like sitting by the fire. We're stoking the candy fire, and we just grabbed Scott and John, and we're just taking as much of their time as they'll give us.
Hello, everyone, or should I say howdy, because Jordan, to you live from Austin.
Although I think I would really like one of these superhero-themed ones. That was just
Oh, you didn't get the memo. I'm sorry, Rachel. I meant to send you a menu. You're not hosting today.
Oh,
it's
okay,
Lori's.
good.
We're not here. Lori's hosting. She took over. This is a Foresight takeover.
On this way.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like some rock theme at an embassy suite. So.
Put yourself in someone else's shoes, and that's exactly what KARE does. They put me in these nice shoes. I love them.
Yeah, I still have this. It's mounted just because this will always be in my office.
It looks good.
Always.
It looks so natural. Jordan, what a journey. I mean, people have no idea. I just a little quick behind the scenes, a little inside baseball, as they say. But I mean, we were meeting weekly, planning these episodes. We did a live episode in Denver. We've had so many incredible guests. And real quick, guys, we have the entire playlist that you can go and check out on the Foresight YouTube channel. It's got all of our past episodes, all of our incredible guests. And guys, I don't want to keep her. She's really busy. But we have a guest waiting in the wings here who actually joined us for that Ted Lasso episode. Bring on Katie Roan of KARE. Hello, hello.
Hello, Rachel. Hello, Ted Lasso.
Yes.
So lovely to see you both.
She's back.
Hi, checking in.
Posh is back. Katie, right up there with Jordan. You're one of my favorite people from this organization. I mean, don't tell Charles. He's going to see it. He knows he's not my favorite. But Katie, I just want to, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for the support of the show, of me and Jordan, and always showing up for us like you are here today. So what do you got going on? You are not at your regular home base. Tell us what's up.
I am not. So my home base is normally Lincoln, Nebraska, and I am in Guadalajara, Mexico. Very different. Very different. Care, we have our recruiting operations based in Guadalajara and an amazing team of care connectors that work with our heroes and our communities every day. So I have been down here for the week, and I am glad that I have been able to tune in for this. I know when, Jordan came on board in June, and when was our first episode, guys?
I think it was July.
Not much after
Soon
that.
after I started, that this was handed to me, and it's like, oh, this is yours now. And I'm like, I've never run that's okay, you can do it.
So first off, Rachel, you've been a fantastic host, being able to, also put up with Jordan every week. Like, kudos to you.
Preach.
No, but to you both, like the collaboration and really trying to bring the caregiver voice and the hero voice, like, and having some, I think, really meaningful conversations with some incredible guests along the way. It's been really, really fun to watch. And so thank you, Rachel, and thank you, Jordan, for both of you for doing this and being committed to it for the last year.
Oh, thank you. And I meant to do an episode count. We've done so many episodes. We have showed up weekly to show up and crush it. And you've booked amazing guests, Jordan. That is all Jordan. There's been less than a handful that I've curated for us. But Jordan, you took the reins, and you guided me. You gave me insight into what this care force looks like, and it gave me a whole new appreciation for what my mom did for 20 plus years. And you guys are actually doing something really cool. So I would be remiss in our last episode. You guys are running this cool contest for your care heroes. Jordan, can you tell us a little bit about that? And I have a quick little video to run about that, please.
Yeah, so we are very proud to be the premier sponsor of CNA Fest this year, which is happening the 26th and 27th in Little Rock, Arkansas. And in July 26th and 27th in Little Rock, Arkansas. And this is an annual conference for CNAs, by CNAs, put on by NACA every year. And so they haven't actually had one since 2019, unfortunately, due to COVID. And so we're excited to come back. And so with the privilege of our premier sponsorship, we've been able to send 10 CNAs. And so with so many CNAs across the country, how do you pick 10?
Yeah. How do you?
Well, we ran a little contest we wanted our CNAs to tell us what it means to be a CNA. And we wanted to hear that from them. And so we actually have 10 CNAs coming from actually all across the country. We have one CNA coming in from Lincoln, Nebraska.
Coming in hot from Lincoln.
All the way out from Lincoln. Which is
nice.
Near Alaska, right? That's on the other side of Canada.
No, the middle of the country.
Give us a geography lesson, Kate.
Jordan is not in his geography at all. So when I lived in the UK, I had to tell the Brits, because none of them knew where Nebraska was. It's like, you know where Canada is? Yep. Okay, you know where Texas is? Mexico? Well, we're right in between the two. There you go. Anyways, go on, Jordan.
Hilarious.
And so we've picked 10 amazing CNAs, and from them, they're all really different. They all tell a different piece of the amazing work that they do, showing up every day to care for residents that aren't their family members, they're strangers to them, that have different lifestyles than they do and have lived different lives than they have. And they show up every day and they take care, and they're the frontline staff in senior care. And so I think you have a few clips.
Do. Jada, can we kind of highlight that landscape in that video, please?
Just show it.
The great thing about being a CNA is compassionate care.
Being someone's first impression, being that crucial relationship that they need during their most vulnerable times.
To be that guiding force, to calm, reassure, to care, to love, to support my residents, my patients. Anybody need my help, I'm there. Call light, I'm there. I like to feed. I like to change. I like to make a change in people's lives.
Helping those who cannot help themselves, and to be there in the nick of time with that cape.
You have a good day.
Hey, you have a good day.
That's so
have a
awesome.
good day, sir.
You have a good day. I have to say, of like my top favorite right there. He was so animated, so awesome.
That's so special, you guys. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So you guys picked the winner, right? And shared it on your socials?
And so we are they're gonna come out and be our mini ambassadors for the conference, and we're gonna deck them out in all KARE swag, and they're gonna walk around, and people are gonna be like, how do I get that? And so we're super excited to just be able to really have some FaceTime with CNAs from all over that work in different settings. That's the awesome thing about NACA is people don't understand that, or all the time, that CNAs work in so many different settings and have so many different things that they bring to the table in different spaces. And so it's an awesome opportunity to meet just a myriad of different skill sets and just different people from all around the country.
That's awesome. You guys are doing some incredible work. I love, again, KARE is so boots on the ground, so invested in these caregivers that they're working with. So, Katie, I know you are super busy, you're in the midst of travel, but I want to bring up quickly, what do you guys got going on in the coming months? Obviously, George talked about CNA Fest, but some initiatives you're working on. What do you guys got going on here before I let you go?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So CNA Fest is a huge focus for us coming up in July. I will say we just came off of a extremely busy spring. We did multiple events it was Texas and Florida and Nebraska. And most recently in Atlanta, we had almost 100 heroes at our Atlanta event. And I'll tell you, just thinking about what we've been able to grow and build with our Hero Love Journey, which is the events that we're doing out across the country. We did our first one in Atlanta last year, and it was like around 40 or so come, and we didn't have enough space at this last one. So now looking into the fall, we've got Denver and Chicago coming up, and then we're going to start planning for more of those events. And I think what I absolutely love about what we're doing here at KARE and going to cities and going and hosting these events and connecting with our heroes. And I very much feel that a lot of our heroes, they connect with our brand, they connect with that KARE is giving them a voice, right? By doing something like KARE-ing conversations and by celebrating them, and it's continuing to grow. And I'm excited. Like, I know that while this chapter is coming to a close and you guys have really set the stage for what is going to be next, there's going to be some really exciting things on the horizon for us. And I'm excited, and you guys were a part of that. So thank you to you both.
Oh, thank you for the kind words. We're not done yet, Katie. We're gonna figure out to continue to be in this relationship and support each other. And Foresight, our goal is to make the lives of those who live and work in senior living better. And KARE, what you guys are doing is a huge part of that. So, Katie, again, thank you for all the support and for joining us. And enjoy your time there, Guadalajara. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah. Jordan, we have some guests waiting in the.
We're not done. We're not done.
We're not. This episode is not over. We may go for like a marathon. Like Steve's traveling, so I don't have to do any other work today. So, Jada, write me in the private chat how long this live stream can go for. Can we do like an 18-hour episode? Like take a lunch break, come back. But no, Jordan, we're not done. We have some guests waiting in the wings, and I know one of them fairly well. Jada, do you want to bring on who's waiting in the wings here? Oh,
it's me. I'm the problem. It's me.
Yes. Swift. What a lovely T Swift reference.
That's for you, Jada, our Swiftie. Okay, y'all. Hey, I'm so excited. Y'all are my favorite team on TV, on the interwebs, my favorite duo. I'm turning the tables on you. I have 5 rapid fire questions for you. Are you ready?
Whoa. Okay. I'm in. I'm locked in. Let's go.
Okay, number 1. The first thing that comes to mind. You move to senior living right now. What's the number 1 amenity you have to have?
Oh my God. I need wine delivery.
That sounds like you. Yeah.
Yep. Let's go. Elevated senior living social hour there. Cocktail hour.
Can I have anything?
Anything.
Anything.
Anything. Sky's the limit.
Anything.
All right. So here's the thing that I always think about in aging is I own horses. And if I could not ride, there's a guy that boards at our farm who's 87 years old. And so if I couldn't have my little babies with me, so like an on-site stable necessity, or at least a shuttle to a nearby stable. Like that's the thing I need to have. I'll also take delivery wine.
I knew we'd get back to there.
That's a good one. But yeah.
That's the best idea I've ever heard. Have stables on the property and like horse therapy, equine therapy. Oh my gosh.
Equine therapy is like awesome.
On a serious note, yes, the horse therapy. I mean, that's incredible. People make huge leaps in recovery and dealing with emotional trauma. So many things with equine therapy. That's really cool. Yeah.
There's a lot of trauma that comes with aging. Aging is a traumatic experience for everyone of all ages. It's traumatic.
That's true. It's true.
Living is a traumatic experience.
Living is a traumatic experience. Aging is living, and living is a traumatic experience.
There we go.
No, that's the truth. Oh God, no, I can't go down this rabbit hole anymore. Back to you, man.
Question two. It's 30 to 50 years, I don't know, however old y'all are, and you're actually later, like we're thinking in the future with spaceships and stuff. You're actually moving into senior living, when you're going to be that age. Okay. What is the number 1 thing you hope is in senior living by then?
Betty the robot from the Jetsons. I didn't take any time. I knew that immediately right out the gate. I want her.
Yeah, that might come in the next 5 years the way it's going. So yeah, you're set.
I mean, let's get us set up on Mars already. I mean, I'm trying to do something cool like that. Like, give me a community on Mars, maybe some hotbeds on hot springs on Mars. Yeah, I think that'd be really interesting. So that's where I'm living.
Somebody call Netflix. That is a series.
Cool?
Can't you see that? Hot springs on Mars and senior living community. Oh my gosh.
Mars
Oaks.
That would be the name of it. Mars Oaks.
Mars Oaks. That's good, man. This is good. All right, 3 more questions. Here's a serious one. All right, y'all are the experts.
We don't do serious.
Yeah, oh yeah. You're the experts. The pressure's on. You've talked to tons of caregivers and folks throughout this run. What is the number 1 thing that caregivers want?
Oh, Jordan, I'll let you take that.
That's a hard one, but if I could make it all, really, it has multiple layers to it, but I'd say respect.
We're the same Yeah, I was gonna say respect.
Is that what you're gonna say?
I swear to God. Well, because it's right. It's this culmination, from talking to Nate with the Seco Awards to talking to Care Heroes. Like, yeah, everybody, of course, wants to be fairly compensated. Let's move past that. That's a given. But ultimately, people want respect for this work that they're doing. They're willing to take lower pay if it could be compensated in some other way with more time off with their families or doing things that fulfill their cup and can fill up their cup when they're not working in caregiving. So it's it's respect. People want respect for this hard work they're doing. So yeah, I agree.
No, those are, and you've done such a good job because that's the answer I would have given from watching all these shows. Like you've gotten that message across. I'm looking and go ahead, Jordan.
Well, I was going to say that is like everything. Like respect is giving flexible scheduling. Respect is saying, okay, look, here's the situation we're in. We can't always pay you this, but we can help you be involved in the conversation and own what you own. And like, that's respect.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah. That idea of ownership. Ooh, that's a whole episode. I know I'm looking in the wings and y'all have all kinds of guests popping in. Oh my gosh. So 2 more quick questions, but only because I said there'd be 5. So now I have to deliver. What's the wildest moment you remember? Top of your mind. Wildest moment on the show.
What?
Oh, wildest moment. I mean, I'm gonna say Denver. So
that was pretty wild. I'll give you that.
Right. So Jordan and I, in a full like moment of vulnerability and transparency, we've never produced something live like this. So I meet up with Jordan in Denver. We're like, all right, we got this, and then it comes to the day of, and we're like, oh, we don't got this. Oh no. And Jordan saved us. He was a huge help. Yeah.
If we could have done blooper reels of watching me run up and down the expo hall, pulling people and saying, hey, would you like to be on my show? Hey, would you like to be on my show? Hey, would you like to be on my show? And like, I just looking like this, frantic. I mean, it was made for reality. That day was made for reality television.
And I'm like doing the audio and visual checks with our producer, Jada, who is like, she has the patience of a saint. And I'm like, Jada, can you see me? Can you hear me? She's like, oh, Rachel. And I'm like, I get all close to my laptop, like, no, I'm here. She's like, please don't do that. That's too much, Rachel. I was like, got it. So yeah, producing something live, is interesting, and Leanne, you experienced that with me at Argentum, and we have a guest we spoke with at Argentum in the wings who we're going to get to in a sec. One of my good friends here, so I'm excited.
Okay, last question. Thing you're most proud of over all this series?
Oh man, I'm gonna cry. My mom would be proud. This was cool. She did this for so many years, and what a cool way for me to kind of show up in her memory and hear what's really going on in the trenches of a workforce that she was a part of for 2 decades. So yeah, it's really cool.
We're all gonna cry now, Rachel. That was beautiful.
I know, it's really special. So thank you, Jordan and KARE.
Do we have a picture? And Jada, I realize this will take a while for you to find, so you don't have to show it now. But at the end of the episode, I want to show a picture of Rachel and her mom. So if Rachel, if you have to go off and find that, like Jada, if you need to go and like find that, we need.
I can find it. Kick me off. I know where to find it on your LinkedIn.
And go.
Thanks, Leanne. Leanne, you're the best. Real quick, guys. Leanne is our managing editor at Foresight. She's incredible. She truly, right up there with Jada, keeps the string running. Clearly, I am not the one that does that. I just show up and I'm a goofball. I'm so grateful that people like chatting with me. So it's Jada and Leanne. And again, Leanne runs all of our editorials. So quick plug. Subscribe to our newsletter. We've got some great written content, believe it or not. People still write and read, y'all. So we've got some great articles. There's some great articles about what KARE is doing, and links to some of the white papers they have. So really cool stuff. We've got another guest, Jordan. This is wild.
Let's start talking to people. They're waiting.
Jesse Maruga, get on the show, friend. Hello.
Hey, Jesse.
Jesse, you're me. Oh, there you go. Hi.
There I am. Hey,
how you guys doing? Oh my God, so good. Jordan, do you know Jesse Maruga?
I feel like we've met, but no, not that well.
Awesome.
No, I think it was at like in Denver. I was like hanging around near the cool kids, but I wasn't part of the cool kids. So
Jesse's one of the coolest. Like, truly, folks, a quick backstory. I know some of you know this, but I am truly a senior living outsider. And y'all have taken me in, and I'm so grateful. And Jesse is one of those people, and truly one of my oldest friends in the industry. We met a few years back now. So, Jesse, I gotta give you an opportunity to talk a little bit about who you are, what you do. Talk a little bit about your company while you're on the air. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, of course. I wouldn't miss it, especially the last one. It is kind of sad.
Oh, thank you, buddy. I appreciate the support.
Yeah, of course. Anything, and cares too. There's so many people that are there that I've become pretty good friends over the past couple of years as well in the industry. That I love everyone there. I love their attitudes. I would have to say the culture that CARE has created, that Charles put together, it's bar none. It's amazing. Love it. My company, Heritage MedCall, we do emergency call systems for communities. So when you guys help get the staffing in place that for the caregivers, we help connect. In fact, our expression for our company is we've been connecting residents and caregivers since '89. So we provide, the pull cords, the pendants, a lot of the life safety needs for those connections to be happy, the residents to be safe, and the families to feel like they can trust that their loved one is going to be cared for in the communities. No pun intended with the care. So
trust me, you're not alone in that. I've had a bunch of care puns throughout our 20 plus episodes. Thank you, Jesse.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every time someone says care, my ear just spells it with a K. To the point that now when I spell care in my phone, it autocorrects it to KARE. And in all caps to make our marketing people happy. Like it just will take care and then go all caps KARE.
That's hilarious. My email subjects now doing that. If I type in care, it like immediately like is changing that now too, which is hilarious.
Yes,
favorite moment or episode on the show?
Ooh, a standout moment, guest, anything?
Man, you know what? I'm not gonna lie, and I can't pretend. I've attended quite a few, but there was a lot of them that I had to jump out of.
Like you work, you're busy.
No, not even a little of that.
That's okay.
But at the same time, too, I feel like with what we do, like as much as I try and bring up things like this in conversation when I'm working with the community, like I usually try and have conversations with EDs and community staff outside of what my company does, outside of just the emergency call systems, because there's so many more aspects to a community and to what senior living is as opposed to just what I do. So I'm always trying to learn. I'm always trying to ask when I meet with anybody, like, how's your occupancy? What are they doing different? If they have multiple communities and one's good, one's not, are they doing the same thing? Is it regionally? Like, I try and really get to the meat of the issues, because there's a lot of times I might not be able to provide help or service, but I guarantee you, I know somebody in the industry who might be able to help out. And that's why I attend a lot of these things, even though it's not really what I do. I don't do anything with staffing, but I know someone who can help out. And every community is always having issues with the staffing stuff. That's how I was like, ever since I think I first met Charles a few years ago, I think it might have been an interface conference I attended. And he kind of took me under his wing for the conference and walked me around and introduced me to people too. And I was like, man, this guy's awesome, first off. And then second, what you guys do is such an intrinsic value to the communities, to the residents, that I'm like, how can you not love this company? I love it. So I love
Jesse,
what you guys do.
That's awesome. And I feel like, Jordan, I'm sure you'll agree, that's the attitude that senior living needs to have to move forward, right? Like this synergy of how can we all like help to fill in the gaps of missing areas to make life in communities better.
Well, I mean, and also like to talk, since this is our last episode, let's just talk.
Oh no, Jada, pull him off the stream. I don't know what he's gonna say. Get him off. Get him out of here.
Mute him now. I feel like the way that we do business and the way that our partners do business and people that are aligned with us, it's just a better way to do business. And I know when I talk to providers that because I'm not on the sales team, so when I talk to providers, it's often like just conversation. They're like, I like the way you all do business. Your emails aren't, just templates, and that I can tell you're just like running them through. Your conversation is genuine. Like all of you really care. And I feel like when I meet our partners and I see like, oh, you care too. And like, oh, we all just generally care. And then there's companies out there that are in the same expo hall that don't really, if you got them into a conversation about like how staffing is changing and what they think about it, they were like, oh, I don't know. I sell x-ray equipment. And it's like, oh, okay.
You're missing the bigger picture. And Jesse, that's so cool that you would even like get outside of your comfort zone and your wheelhouse and what you're in, and stop being so siloed to check out our content. And again, I got to do a quick shameless plug. Jesse, we've got you covered. Go to our YouTube channel at Foresight. We've got the whole playlist. So when you have time, if you're not sick of me yet, Jesse, because I won't see you until next year's Argentum.
I'll never be sick of you. Never. That's impossible.
Thank you. Well, Jesse, you can check out, any of the topics. It's curated. Anything that you think, is applicable to kind of what you're interested in, or some things that stand out to you. And I recommend that to anyone, because, like I said, Jordan's put a ton of effort curating a great guest list for us. We've had some cool, hot topic conversations about big things going on in the industry. And Jesse, I know you're busy, so I'm going to let you go, but I can't thank you enough for joining us and saying hello real quick.
Are you kidding? Thank you so much for. I feel honored. I even made the final cut. I made the final show, so I feel honored. 100%. Thank you very much, Rachel. I love you to pieces. Jordan, the next event we'll definitely have to hang out for sure. I missed you this time. I think I was bouncing off the walls all over the place, and with the bowling alley sounds, like I was all over the place.
Jesse,
awesome.
You're the best. Thank you. We'll talk soon.
Thanks, Rach.
Yeah, bye.
Bowling alley sounds. If you know, you know.
Very cool event in New Orleans. Oh yes.
Before we bring in the next person, I just want I love when I see people talking about just I loved watching this show because I've learned a lot about things that I'm interested in, and I'm in this industry, and I want to know about the things that are facing it. I love that. Like that's the kind of thing I've always taken to it, because I love this industry. I love aging services, and I love how senior living fits in aging services, and having those conversations, you just get to know where your career is going.
Absolutely. I mean, so many of us, Jordan, I know you were so intentional about our content and making sure that people had takeaways and they're there, and it's been such a joy to aid in that process in whatever way that I could, because it's so important. So many of us are in the same boat, like where I didn't realize a lot of people are like me and don't know exactly what's happening in the industry. It's this misconception that, just because I'm an industry outsider, I don't know. It's like, no, people in the industry for years still don't know some of these things that we're talking about. It's not a dig. It's just saying that the landscape is so vast, right? And that there's so much to learn and cover. And, we're here to drill it down. And this has just been such a joy from day one, and believe it or not, we're actually up on time, which is hilarious because I didn't know if we were even going to make it the entire thing. You're like, what is time?
What is time?
Time is just a construct.
Do we have another guest waiting in the wings?
I think we've hung out with our guest. I do see that picture of my mom there waiting in the wings, so we can show everyone who I've been talking about over these episodes. Jordan, there she is.
Oh,
I know. Yeah, she's the best. I mean, And that's why I was excited to do this show with you, right? Like, I would, I grew up with a mom who worked double shifts and, would get up, wouldn't get off of work until like 6, 7 in the morning, and then come home and play soccer with me in the backyard. Like, I mean, she was exhausted. This is a woman that cried when she lost residents because she would get so, connected to them. She'd get docked on her pay because she would take too long to do her rounds because she would sit and talk with the residents. And these are all the things that that our care force deals with. But a lot of people don't know that. They don't know how much of yourself you really have to give, but she gave it, and she also gave it to her family. And she's a guiding moral compass for me, and I think just a great example of what a caregiver is. So, this show's been really special. So thank you for letting me be a part of it, Jordan and Care. Anything you want to add?
I've loved every moment of this. And so just like the franchise is not going anywhere, I'm not going anywhere. This has been a fun mini series that we've done. And it's been a first project in many more projects. And watch the episodes. And the things that we talk about all boil down to what is leadership, what is respect, what is facing our care force, what is facing our industry, aging services, and what is facing senior living. And we've got some charts. We've got a lot of charts.
We've got some Charles Turner.
We got some Turner. And and so it has been an awesome and wild ride, and more is to come. We have an awesome marketing team that is always ideating new things that we're bringing to the table. So check out our website. Follow us on socials. Don't forget the socials. We got the TikToks. We got the Instagram.
We got the
TikToks. And so, but Jesse is right. We all have a care. We have an amazing boss who is just like bringing the awesomeness. And so I have to say, when I started, Charles had a meeting and he's like, hey, this is going to be this thing that we're doing. And it's like, oh, okay. And I've never done this before. And over the year, and I'm coming up on my anniversary on the 20th. And so I'm coming up in 2 weeks. I'm excited to hit my year mark. And
congrats.
This has been an awesome part of my first year at Care. And I'm sure it's been an awesome part of some people's first year experience in Care.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. And yes, of course, before we wrap up, I gotta shout out the one and only Charles Turner, one of truly the nicest people in this space, and so welcoming, so kind to me. I saw him in his big old cowboy hat a couple years back at a conference, and just, he entrusted me with this, and I am so grateful. So Charles, when you see this, thank you. Jordan, thank you for going on this ride with me. Thank you for your friendship and everything, that you've shared with me about the industry, about the care force, and opening my eyes up to this. This has just been awesome. And lastly, thank you guys. Thank you to the Foresight team. Thank you, Leanne, for your support. Thank you, Steve, for giving us this opportunity. Thank you, of course, to Jada for producing this, dealing with our shenanigans. She's the newest member of our team, but you wouldn't know it. It's like she's always been here. And she navigates our nonsense like none other.
She's the assistant coach that every team needs, coming in with last minute plays and making it happen.
She's like, what are y'all doing? She's like, please let me help. You need structure. Rachel, do you know the definition of structure and what it means? And I was like, no, of course I know. She's like, let me help you. So Jada, thank you. And of course, thank you everyone that's watched, commented, joined us as a guest, everything. And this is it, Jordan. Oh my goodness.
I know.
Believe it. We're done.
Well,
guys.
We'll show up weirder and stranger like another one of Charles Turner's outfits if you know you need it.
Guys, connect with us on LinkedIn. We're always on there having conversations. So connect with me and Jordan. Connect with KARE. Connect with Foresight. We have wonderful stuff going on at each of our organizations. And our final episode of KARE-ing Conversations in the books, guys. This has been a blast.
See you later.
See ya.